Coyote's just kind of there to witness and to write new stories. So there's a little thing called the tale. Well, there's a front porch, kind of an evening. The talk and the laughter was arrived in the breezes. Three ancient cousins sat in convivial companionship. Oh, if you looked at them, they looked human enough, but that's the way it works, magic, legends, and such. But they were Rattlesnake, Scorpion, and Coyote. Well, the beer, it was flowing like wine, and the lies, they were flowing like time. Tails stacked higher than a Rocky Mountain ring. Oh, they'd all been drinking pretty steady when this fella runs up and he's breathing heavy. He says, "We got us a problem. Gonna sound kind of strange." We came back to the cabin and there's this big old snake. We turned on the light and it made a break, but my buddy grabbed it by the tail, threw it behind the stove. Well, we pulled and we prodded and we shimmied and we shook till we could get behind that stove and have us a look, but I think we pulled too hard because we broke the hose. Yeah, the cabin started filling up with gas, so we turned it off at the propane tank. Still, it's a bit of a mess, what with the stove and the gas and the snake. As he talked, he got more excited, though I tried to hide it. Well, Scorpion was halfway across the lot by the end of the day. Well, Rattlesnake and Coyote caught him as he got the door, just slide stop at the kitchen door, barely missing a grandma, being escorted to the safety of the night. Well, fear and excitement made an eclectic mister, shouting and tossed out, crowded the kitchen. Grandma looked at the three and said, "Them ain't right." Well, they stood and studied their next move when this young fella pushes his way through. He says, "I got me a can't miss, bang up plan. Chase that snake and I'll catch him in this frying pan. I'll slap on the lid that looks trembling in his hand." And Coyote thinks, "You're gonna need a bigger pan." Well, the Rattlesnake looked a little pensive. His whole demeanor was on the defensive. He says, "Keep an eye on that snake," he calmly speaks. Well, he's out the door, then back again with an old knit hat and a duffel in his hand. "I'm gonna sing that serpent into captivity." Then, like St. Pat, out the old Elmerile, he lifts up his arm, looks at us and smiles, and I swear to God, he begins to sing. Well, that snake looked puzzled and a little confused. I don't know if it was the choice of song being used or just a simple fact, snakes don't have ears. Well, the snake had had enough of this game, so he bolts for the door and freed him again, and he'd have made it too. The Scorpion moved faster than he. He stomped on the tail, pinned that snake to the floor about a half a foot before he made the door. Then he grabbed it by the tail, raised it up with a triumphant scream. Well, I'm not sure exactly what he planned, but he changed his mind when that snake bit his hand, then he bit him again, just to make a point. Well, Scorpion decided this just ain't worth the trouble, so he shoved that snake down into the duffel, and Rattlesnake hustled him out of the door. Well, they took him to the woods where he set him free, then it's back on the porch after riding the breeze and overjoyed with a brand new story to tell. Well, Scorpion's wife came back home, says, "Ain't anything happened while I was gone?" The three break into gales of laughter, and Coyote says, "Well, there was a front porch, kind of an evening. The talk and the laughter was arriving the breezes. Stories flowed like rivers to a lake. Yeah, the beer, it was flowing like wine, and the lies, they were flowing like time. And there was this interesting little meeting with a big old snake." Hey! Thank you.